know you wanna beat me, and that's alright.
Well, hello there and welcome to the beautiful Luxembourg. Might be one of the smallest countries in Europe, but this week it is hosting one of the biggest beach volleyballing events, the Queen and King of the Court Crown Series, and it's also the European Championships as we celebrate 50 years of the CEV, the European Federation. We are surrounded by royalty here at Le Coq Centre, and it's a beautiful centre here in Luxembourg. And talking of royalty, I am joined by Rich Lambourne, all the way in the USA. Richie, welcome to Luxembourg from Texas.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be with you all the way from my side of the world.
Well, we miss you here all the same, but it is great to have you here on the broadcast. 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees. It feels a little bit cooler than yesterday, actually. And how's it going out there for you? Still very, very warm, I would say.
I'm fortunate to be in the confines of some air conditioning currently, but yeah, it is very, very warm here in Texas. 84 degrees already Fahrenheit.
Wow.
At 9 a.m.
Wow. Okay, it's still very, very early for you, as you're almost 8,500 kilometers away from us at the moment. But it doesn't sound like that. We are into the quarterfinals. It's the final quarterfinal of the women's competition, as we have a look at some rules. Now, this works different to usual beach volleyball. We know that the top 3 teams go through to the semis, 4th goes to a playoff, and the 5th is eliminated. Now, the first round, we will say goodbye to the team that finishes 5th after 15 minutes. Then we'll have another 15 minutes on the clock. That 4th place team will go to the playoff, and the top 3 will go through and compete in a mini-final for a golden ball. You are only scoring at the Queen's End. All the other teams are trying to score points to kick you off of the Queen's side. Sounds simple enough, but it is incredibly entertaining, and we are left always on the edge of our seats. Richie, this is going to be another good pool. We've got some absolute legends in this pool, including Laura Ludwig.
We will see who are the teams.
Yeah, indeed. You'd have to think they would be the favorite. They've been playing some good volleyball thus far in this tournament. It seems like the more reps Luisa Lippmann gets under her belt, the better and better that team seems to get. And so I would expect that trend to continue.
Yeah, I would tend to agree as well. Laura Ludwig has won just about everything, the Olympic Games with Kira Volkenhorst in 2016. But as we meet, well, talking of legends, Marketa Nosh-Slukova is the first out. There's her new partner, Helena Havelkova, who was a former star in A1 in Italy. She's now transferring to beach volleyball, just like we were talking about with Luisa Lippmann. So there's probably some good conversations between Havelkova and Lippmann this week, that's for sure. And for Slukova, I mean, a 3-time Olympian and a former world #1 as well. She's won so many events. A great player, Slukova. The next pairing from Spain, we have Sofia Gonzalez and Paula Soria coming out. Soria winning the Futures in Madrid, and we can expect good ball control skills from them, Richie. But we've just said goodbye to the Premier team from Spain, so they'll be hoping to get one team into the quarterfinals.
They were already playing in
Yeah, indeed. In very heartbreaking fashion, we had to say goodbye to Bellincaro and Lobato.
Yeah, we really did. Well, the next team out are a team we know incredibly well, with Alexandra Vacevic and Jagoda Ruszkinska. And we know them very well because in Hamburg, they came 5th in the first round and still made it all the way through to the finals. They played fantastically. They have some good service pressure, and they stay very aggressive, Rich.
Yeah, indeed. They got the Polish ball control, of course, but that serve of Vakovic would be quite the weapon.
Oh, and the Queens. The Queen card has been drawn for the Gludenskiters. Gerda just picking out the Queen card, and then Rugil Gudenskaiter, slightly taller, the blocker. She's also had a serious leg injury, wasn't able to play a couple of years ago, so it's great to have her back. Talking about having players back, we got Lara Ludwig coming back out here. 2 Queen of the Court competitions in a row for Ludwig Lippmann, and the world champion, Olympic champion, and 4-time European champion Lara Ludwig, one of the greatest to grace our sands. Comes out, draws the King's card, now playing with Louisa Lippmann, who had 162 games for the German indoor team, and she is incredibly high at the net, Richie, isn't she? And that's what we're saying, when she passes well, she is a force of nature in this sport as well.
Players, what about you? Are you ready?
Yeah, I mean, that's the key for them, because everything else seems to be pretty well dialed. The experience is there, obviously, from the indoor side. Just matching that to the sand game is critical for her, and it almost all comes down to service reception, I would say.
Well, it's such a key performance indicator in this sport as that's turned away. Good start from the Gudenskaiters, and you can see they're all business right now, the Lithuanians, because they know they've been dealt a little bit of luck with drawing the Queen's card, so they want to make the most of it. Two missed serves in a row. One more means a 3-point for Havelkova and Slukova now serving. It's a good serve to the inside as Regina Gudenskaiter stays really high into the back corner. That's a good swing. They look comfortable here, Rich. Oh, good one, Louis. Well done.
One moment too soon.
Yeah, that's not the first or the last time that will happen to me. As, well, ace brings Poland down as Wyszkinska stays real high. Great control on the ball. Well, they had our guy Alexander Slivka with them. Not here this week as he prepares for another week of VNL, something that you're going to be watching very closely in Poland soon, Rich.
Yeah, indeed. I'll be in attendance in Gdansk for the finals of the VNL. Excited about that.
The bump comes over. Deep bump is a very good free ball, really. Just trying to work Havelkova, but staying high over the top. That'll do. Count it. And they left their business very late, the Czech pairing, in the playoffs yesterday. Simon Nausch, the Austrian head coach of the Czech pairing, said, hey, we didn't really play well, but we made it count in the last minute, and that was all we needed. And again, that's what this sport is all about, really. Nothing really counts until the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, indeed, especially if you're just chasing a couple.
Absolutely. Very lucky to hear some good stories from Simon last night when we got back to the hotel, just telling us about his career on the World Tour and some of his moments. It was very nice to go back down memory lane. Oh, Lippmann's been beaten to the sideline as she looks to peel on the cut shot, which was a great decision. And also you see there, Richie, that Lara Ludwig is also reading everything so well.
Got a couple of points.
Yeah, indeed. That's no surprise to anybody, probably.
No, I would suggest that everybody watches Ludwig when she hasn't got the ball playing defense today, because she'll be making a lot of little movements and adjustments around what she sees. She'll be in great positions. Good hands from Bacevic. Poland are back at the business end then. Just got to look after that first pass. Could be dangerous, especially setting tight with Lippmann, but the first pass was off, and then in turn, the pressure was all on the set. Playoff round coming up after this round here in an hour or so, and then we have the men's competition coming up this evening. Ludwig tries to pad away from the body. Slukova is there, know each other very well, Slukova and Ludwig.
Was there another touch? There was one. Fair enough from the Germans.
Okay. Germany
A bit of sportsmanship and honesty, I think, there.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Ludwig and Lippmann still on 0 as well. As they've been to the Queen's End a couple of times, but haven't quite made it count. Lara Ludwig, the second most victorious, well, joint first, sorry, most victorious player in European history, alongside Vassou Karadasiou from Greece. Just behind them is Vasiliki Arvaniti, also Greek, and Maria Bocharova from Russia. Just shows how much she's achieved in the game, especially as it's been dominated by Americans and Brazilians for so long. This from Havelkova and Slukova, but they're doing just fine on 4 at the moment. That was the number, Richie, wasn't it, from the Norwegians in the last round that just about squeezed them through?
Well, yeah, that was the number that they were on, and they were able to get a bit of good fortune and sneak through, but then they really played well from that point on.
They were fantastic.
We talk about it a lot, right, Lou? It's a matter of taking advantage of whatever opportunities present themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we already know that some teams are through to the semis, and this is the last quarterfinal round before we go to the playoffs, and that playoff round will be interesting already. The 4th place team in this playoff will, in this round will go to the playoff. Breck Piersma, Emmy van Driel already there, and also waiting for them, very strong Hermanova Stochlova, and that surprised me yesterday, because I think they're playing some outstanding beach volleyball.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprising result, but we've had some surprising results come out of the Czech Republic, haven't we?
Yeah, we certainly have, as Lippmann stays very high over the top of the block. It was a good set from Lara Ludwig just to put it back into the approach of Lippmann. That one is a little bit too tight, though, and that brings Havelkova Slukova back in, and that's well, it's an outstanding start for the Czech pairing, because we've seen them come all the way through the playoffs, and now we're seeing them heat up. Super tight. Oh, Gluskinska, how on earth did you turn that knuckle from there?
That was not only an impressive overhand dig, but then the wrist mobility on that knuckle pokey, Louis. That had to impress you.
Yeah, coming from a man with no mobility, that's an unbelievable play. There's a free net hit. Ludwig again making a good read, making a dig. Vacevic with the 2 ball, turn back to the sideline, nice play. Top seeded team in this competition, Samoylova and Glaudina, when it comes to world ranking at 7. They're already safely through. Hermanova Stochlova at 18 are going well. Placet Ricard obviously already through. They don't have to go through the playoffs. They are 20th in the world. So Europe very well represented in the world ranking. That's still at the moment dominated by the USA and Brazil, with just Clancy and Maria Fey sitting in 2nd position there as well. Brilliant turn from the Glunskaite. Gerda now has to try and roll this one on. Marki Slukova. Oh, some rally. It's the Glunskaites that make their way down to the Queen's End.
Still Team Spain with the red dot.
Jumbo knuckle. It's got to be good, Richie.
Quick, low set, and then the jumbo, yeah.
To beat Lara Ludwig there, it has to be good. So that was exemplary. Gluskinska and Vacevic on 3 then, with 6:23 on the clock. Get up, Jagada. Free ball, let's go. Into a good zone. Vacevic tries to spit one to the sideline and gets the rub of the green here then. Oh, look at that, right on the money. brushed.
Ball was in.
Poland think that's out. Axel thinks that one is in. And that's the only person whose opinion matters there. And the referee says it's out. Interesting, Rich. We've seen the swing through the body. Now we see the pad over the top of the block from Vacevic.
Wow, great one. Long line.
5:29 on the clock. Get up there.
3 points on the green side. Hitting the blocking.
Sorry. Oh, jumbo knuckle. Spain get a chance to get down before the break.
Chance.
Maybe the next point. They are back.
Big chance for Spain here.
On the board for Spain.
Really is a chance for them to side out. No, not quite. That's a high knuckle. It's a very good play just to keep things tough for Spain. And then Slukova is there the second time of asking. Slukova, great defense. Gonzalez now with a chance. Tight play. Slukova's there again. Marky Slukova, let's go. There you go. 2 digs in a row from Slukova. And the Czech pairing have the Queen's End at the break.
And Paula with the red dots on the
What a
board.
rally.
Team Spain, 1 point.
It really was a superb rally. We got Julius Brink with us in commentary booth as well. I mean, look at Slukova out there, just rolling back the years again. She's playing phenomenal.
Yeah, 100% agree on that. I mean, we've seen Slukova and Laura Ludwig all in the same, let's say, period or situation of giving birth. Now with a former indoor star performing into beach volleyball. And I see these both teams not critical, but I see them running against the time. I mean, every time we see them on court, they are performing better and better. But, I mean, their biggest goal is the Olympics in a year in Paris. And, I mean, I don't want to bring that topic too big, talking about the situation, how to get access to on the international circuit. That's another topic. But for these 50 minutes, they're doing great. And I wish they can use this format because it gives so much of extra pressure and use that for the next upcoming events.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see the transfer from beach to beach from indoor takes time. How quickly do you think it takes to learn those lessons? I mean, volleyball and beach volleyball are very similar, but they're not the same.
No, but I mean, that's an even a bigger topic that we don't want to talk about now, but you can see it. I don't want to rate these players as indoor players on the beach. They are volleyball players. We all are volleyball players. And sure, you have to adapt some stuff, but I would also doubt that Luisa and also her opponent from Czech Republic, they could use all the things, all the skills they learn in indoor volleyball also here on the beach, and that could be a factor, like just seeing their athleticism and some other aspects.
Yeah, absolutely. Richie, what do you think?
Long line shot.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Obviously, I don't know. I think of the beach game as requiring a lot of these little beach type plays, for lack of a better way to call them, you know, little bang bang ball control plays that you don't get a lot of indoors, and oftentimes that's just a matter of experience, repetition, you know, game reps, getting some of those touches for these players making the transition. But I think once they do that, obviously that wealth of experience from indoor starts to kick in for them very well.
Absolutely. Well, we're underway. I mean, what an absolute pleasure. 2 Olympic gold medalists. I'm sat in between here giving their opinions, and very, very good ones as well. Julius Brink and Rich Lamborn. As the short ball on, well, Havelkova is a very good serve from Spain, but Havelkova does a great job to get the platform on the ball and keep it in front of Slukova, who does the rest. 3:07 on the clock. The red dot now is with Spain. It's a close one. Lippmann is really starting to look like a real big threat on this net, as we've seen so often indoors and now on the beach as well. We said yesterday on this subject that this is only her 17th beach event for Louisa Lippmann. So you talk about learning and learning fast. She's doing incredibly well.
Not only with Kira, but also with...
Indeed. And what better partner could you have than an Olympic gold medalist and just one of the brightest, cheeriest personalities around?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bit of a free net coming here for Poland. They just got stuck inside a bit. It's a difficult one, that situation, for a right-sided blocker to try and get their feet inside the ball and try and dictate the play. But so far, it's Spain that need to try and get to the Queen's end. Otherwise, they might be struggling. They need at least 4. And I think we're going to say goodbye again to Spain in this quarterfinal, like we did in the previous quarterfinal in the very first round.
Perfect one, Justin Queen.
I think you're right, Lou. They may have one more opportunity, but that'll be about it. You know, and especially chasing 4 points. It's going to be a tall task.
Yeah, against some of the blockers that we've got out here, the Glunskiters, I mean, you have to say, they took the Queen card coming out here, and they really did make it count, that Queen card, by getting 4 early side outs. It sort of separated them from the field and getting eliminated. Can they end well as well? Is that in or out? That ball is in, ladies and gentlemen. Break this time. Well seen from Spain. Oh, good arm. Okay, this is it, Richie. It is a mountain to climb, in my opinion. But let's see if they can climb it all the same. Slakova serving, serves very well. Havelkova obviously at the net as well. Difficult to get past. Oh, sorry, Spain didn't go down there. That's my mistake. The Glunskiters stay. So that is the end of Spain. Oh, there you go. I got my one thing right in the quarterfinals, and now I'm back to just getting everything wrong again. So we're back to normal, Rich. Service coming in there, Gonzalez. And they're not going to get back down there. That's cheeky. The Glunskiters win the round with 11 at the moment. Could be 12, could be 13. So they'll start at the Queen's end again. So that's another big advantage in the next round when teams try and avoid the playoff. You don't want to be in that playoff, especially with the Czech team of Hermanova Stočlova, and especially with the team of Brett Piersma and Emmy van Driel. It is going to be brutal. Remember, Ludwig Lippmann having that golden ball as well, so they haven't had to use that in this round. And we say, unfortunately, goodbye to Spain again, 5th place in the quarterfinals. It's a sad say goodbye to Sofia Gonzalez and Paula Soria. They've put in a great shift, but unfortunately just couldn't make those opportunities count.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game, Lou. Just capitalizing on opportunity. And if you fail to do that, unfortunately, your tournament ends a little quicker than you might have hoped.
Absolutely. Well, the Glunskiters maybe the surprise package of that round at 13 points. Longest stay of 8. Ludwig and Lippmann in second. And Poland comfortably through with 5, although they finished 4th. Good work from Slakova and Havelkova as well, because they found some of their best volleyball and some of their rhythm in that round too. So unfortunately, it's not going to be easy. Spain are done, and Junius is ready court side.
Chicas, I mean, it's 50 minutes, and it seems like you couldn't really get access to the crowd, to the play. I mean, how do you sum it up, these 50 minutes for you today?
Well, we have more mistakes. We try to go to the king side, but when we stay in the side, we have not side out, and it's a good team in this round, and it's so bad for us, but we are happy for stay here.
Okay, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye as you're 5th ranked now. But what are you looking up for? What is the next tournament you play?
Well, we are team when we were team in last year, but it's the first tournament together in the Kingdom of the Court. And my partner in this year is Liliana, and she plays with other girl. And it's the first tournament in this year, but I don't know. We play in the finals, I hope, and that's it.
Okay, let's see what the future brings. Thanks for coming over. Enjoy Luxembourg. Thank you.
Thank you.
Buy some tickets. So we just have to wait a second. And
Well, a big cross next to the names of Gonzalez and Paula before they go back their separate ways and play with their usual partners. 15 minutes back on the clock then here in Luxembourg, where we are celebrating 50 years of the CEV. The European Federation have done so much for the sport, and the Glunskiders give their advantage away with the first play of the round. Richie, interesting now with team dropping into the playoff. The pressure will certainly still be there.
Yeah, it certainly will be, because you would like to avoid having to play that extra playoff round, which will be a do or die. You'd love to get a spot right into the semifinals, of course.
Well, it's a real good short serve again, and it's a really nice put away over jumbo from Slakova. Serve me short, I'm just going to jumbo you, she says. No drama. Oh, big jam kicking in, Richie. Might be before 10 a.m. where you are, but sounds like it's 4 a.m. here.
from the girls, just building up the pressure. Former
Oh, great feet, good turn.
indoor top star in Italian league.
Fast arm from Slakova.
Yeah, aggression pays off right there.
Playing beach volleyball.
Really does. It was talk about being aggressive all the time in this sport, don't you? Because if you're not aggressive, especially in this format, you are going to get punished.
4 points in Czech Republic.
That knuckle was...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we always have to sort of qualify that statement. Like, aggression doesn't mean you got to hit the ball all the time. It just means you have to put yourself in position to have all those options.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't mean you can't shoot. But aggressive attention, especially with the pass. Like, that's a good pass from Havelkova. It's going to put her in a spot. You don't do that to Ludwig. I don't think I've ever seen Ludwig miss a Ludwig. Have you, Richie?
Yeah, that looked like almost a half-hearted one.
Yeah.
Even of her signature move. But that is a rarity.
Yeah, I mean, the over on one, the Ludwig to Lara Ludwig is like the stunner to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, there you go.
That is a reference I'm positive all of our fan base will identify with.
Yeah, exactly. Those beach volleyball WWE guys, both the same. Knuckle to the sideline. 8 already for Slakova and Havelkova, and again, they almost went out yesterday in the playoff round, and now they are right at home, and they are going to the semi-finals for sure. I'm going to throw that one out there, Rich. There's no way 8's going home.
All right. This could be your second thing you're right about today, Lou.
And the second thing I'm right about in my entire life as well. So, great touch from Ludwig. Bumps, sets good, and Ludwig stays aggressive straight down the guts. I have to say, getting better and better, this German team. Now they have a chance to side out. They were the second team at the Nations Cup in Lillesand in Norway, where Germany won their round. Tilman Müller and... oh, there's a golden ball from Ludwig Lippmann. We'll come back to the storytelling in just a moment, because Ludwig and Lippmann taking that golden ball, replaying the point to try and find some rhythm. Passes leaked a little bit wide, and great high swing. Slakova is everywhere. Ludwig, okay, she missed once, Richie. She's not missing the second time.
The laser.
Certainly not, yeah, and that's just perfection executed there.
Sets a a little bit off the net there. So, oh, Ludwig says the ball is in, and the referee doesn't disagree. Pass is high, and you have a look there at how patient Ludwig is underneath the ball. That ball's high. She sort of doesn't get too rushed. She stays behind the ball, and then she's so solid with the bump setting and so relaxed.
Advance to the semifinals. Wow.
Oh, was there a touch? No touch. Three's a good number for Ludwig and Lippmann.
Wow, great.
And a big block from Havelkova as well.
So let's have a look on the teams who instantly need some points.
Chase is on. Vacevic with a brilliant set, but it's just inside. Leszczyńska tries to work it back. And Poland on one. And how funny is this? Lithuania, who won the previous round, still can't get off of the mark. So they've got some hard work to be done. They're battling it out, I think, at this moment in time with Poland to stay out of the playoffs.
Indeed.
Good one.
Well, here's a chance for
Jumbo,
Poland.
Louis.
I love a good jumbo, Rich. I really enjoy a good jumbo, as we all know. Okay, pass is slightly off from Leszczyńska. Has to try and find a swing here, and she can only swing straight at Ludwig. And I think that's just because the pass was a little bit too far off the net, but it was a good enough swing to get the transition error out of Ludwig all the same. Oh, good touch, but no avail in the end. Well, Poland have done just about enough to keep themselves with a little bit of distance from the Glinskiders, but the Glinskiders have got their way down to the Queen's End. 8:16 on the timer. Okay, this is where it starts to get very interesting.
There they go.
Glinskiders have shown us that they can side out for good periods of time. Go get it. Go to
I think the
Glinskider.
team can get to 6, Lou.
You think 6 is the magic number, Richie, do you?
I think 6, magic in the sense that I think it would get you through to the next round anyway.
Oh, block from Lippmann is a big one. The red dot is still with Poland here, Leszczyńska, Vacevic, and that's a really good line from Lippmann and a great press in the block as well. We were talking yesterday about Maggie Kozik. Looks like she's getting her sand legs back wherever she is. Whether that means she's coming back to play professionally, who knows? But she, excellent volleyball player and beach volleyball player as well. A nice hammer into the angle from Lippmann. And, well, if you think 6 is the number, Germany need one more, Rich.
Let's see if that turns out to be correct. I mean, there's still quite a bit of time here left in this second round.
Oh, well, Germany have just been thrown out by Lithuania. Good chance here. Glinskiders have to make it count. It's a good moment for them to pull away from Poland, but that pass isn't going to help them too much. Free ball then for Poland. This is a massive moment. Leszczyńska, she's dug, no way. Bump Cuddy, it's coming on 2. No, it's not. The ball's slightly off the net. Overset. They're looking for a hand over there, and Felix Hoey says, no way, Jose. Get down to the challenger's end.
You can put your hand over, you just can't contact the ball in your opponent's airspace, and Poland did a nice job of not making that foul there.
Well, I've got as much chance of going to the moon as I have about getting my whole hand over the height of the net. Rich, I would not know. Let's go Lara Ludwig. Oh, that one's spatched out the back this time. 45 seconds away then from the timeout here in Luxembourg. You can see in the background CEV Eurovolley 2023 on the horizon in Vienna. That's going to be a fantastic event. Can't wait to be there myself for that one.
And for sure, everyone remembers 2016 when
I get to go and have a little look at some traditional beach volleyball, Richie. What a rare luxury. Oh,
Oh, indeed, it is.
good knuckle from the blocker. And that's something, you know, Rich, that's quite difficult to
You can
teach.
see her height there, can't you?
Yeah, and I still think those reactions are still quite
What's
difficult.
that? I'm sorry.
Still quite difficult to teach those reactions at times.
Yeah.
To make a block, and then you keep your eyes on the play, and you can react really quickly. It's something that Anders Moe is absolutely exceptional about. He'll sort of make a block, and all of a sudden he's on the next action. He doesn't even think about what he's just done. He's just moving forwards all the time and making decisions. Absolutely world-class. 4:54 on the clock then, 5-minute timeout. Slakova and Havelkova are certainly avoiding the playoff, but who's going to go? I think Ludwig Lippmann could still just be involved here, Richie.
5 minutes, and this team will go over to the
Well, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there's still plenty of time
This is really intense for the team.
left to go, and yeah, just a 2-point advantage. I said 6 was going to get you safely through.
I think you're still right.
May end up being true, but it's a little dicey.
It is a little dicey. And have a look at this. The youngsters are enjoying the conversation. Hashtag Queen of the Court at King of the Court Beach. It's a wonderful time. We're celebrating 50 years of the CEV, the European Federation, who are based in Luxembourg. It's the first ever beach volleyball event in Luxembourg. We're very lucky to be bringing you this event here. It's a lot of fun. The locals have loved it.
3, 2,
And we've still got another day and a half of action here as service incoming from Havelkova for Lippmann. Oh, the two blockers. Very tight play, both using their height superbly well. Havelkova at 190. So you still think still shorter than Svenja Müller, Richie, which is crazy. And Lippmann is 190 as well.
Yeah, that might be, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They're all up there in height.
Yeah, they're all big enough.
Maybe a centimeter or two difference.
Yeah. And the height means angles in this game. If you're a big blocker, you can take away more. If you're a big spiker, you can hit a few more angles. Obviously comes with its fair share of challenges as well, but Ludwig and tight set. Grünenscheiders have maybe just made a bit of a rod for their own back there, Richie, with their passing and setting.
Yeah, that one got a little close, and there was a look at a big blocker in Havelkova.
Great high rip from Slakova. She's had a wonderful round.
Team Czech Republic.
Getting served and staying aggressive, staying high. Yeah, pad over the top is a nice move as well.
Further points.
Okay, 3 times in a row for Slakova. Tight set this time, knuckle. Oh, and no good for the Grünenscheiders. And this is falling away from them pretty quickly, but luckily for them, Poland also can't quite get down to the Queen's End, and they're leaving it pretty late. They could do with a few points on the board to stop going to the plus. What a touch from Ludwig. Full stretch right-hand play, but it's Havelkova and Slakova. Look at how much fun they're having, Richie. Finding it difficult on the points side of things to get into the big events. So playing these events, certainly aiding with great experience and working on the competitive edge.
Yeah, that is so difficult, especially when you've got a partner that's kind of making a transition. You're a new partnership, and then you're having to play that points game as well. Just finding tournaments to play. Try and climb your way up the rankings enough to get into big fields.
Wow.
Yeah, it is very tough with Havelkova having no points and Slakova obviously taking time out. The main thing for Slukova is the fact that she could keep her points because she was off to have little Maya, who's here this week. But the problem is with that is that the currency's changed since she was playing in 5 stars and 4 stars, and there's a lot more points available now for challengers and Elite 16. So the sort of currency is yeah, a lot higher nowadays than it was a couple of years ago.
Now Team Poland in the direct matchup with
18 points is pretty good though. As here go Poland, this is their chance to stick a nail in the coffin of the winners of round 1, the Grudenskaites. No one holding back with the serves, but miss serves don't count yet. Ludwig Lippmann on 7. And Poland 1 away from getting the magic number, Richie.
Indeed they are.
6. I think you're right, Rich. I think
they'll hold up.
Well, unless something very drastic happens, this could be a chance. This is the chance. Turn and get it. No. Would you? Or maybe there's an opportunity here for Lithuania. They need at least 3 to give themselves a chance. It's going to be difficult. Ludwig Lippmann are in. Okay, there's 1, Rich. There's 1.
Maybe the last chance.
Up to 4.
Team Lithuania, 4 points.
Pass has to be good. The pass is not bad at all. They have to try and find something from this situation, and it's unfortunate. The pass was enough to get them under a bit of pressure, wasn't it? Good serving.
Yeah, it was, and that kind of had to hurry up their offense.
Well, breaking into the line, Vacevic, but they're safely through now. As well, I'm sure Coach Simon will be over the moon with what he's seeing here.
9, 8.
As his team start to become more relaxed with this concept of beach volleyball, and they've taken 20 points. What a performance from them. But it's the Grudenskaites who got back down to the Queen's End, but it was too little too late for them. They go into the playoffs, and that is a playoff of depth with Hermanova Stochlova and Breck Piersma and Emmy Van Driel.
So give them a big hand, Gerda and Rugile with the...
Yeah, that's going to be no easy sledding for sure.
Keep the chance for the semis. This is your applause. Come on, Luxembourg. Give them a big hand.
Yeah, it certainly won't be, but we do get to hear from them with Julius as they make their way over. So next up, it's a 15-minute round, as you guys all know, to see who takes the golden ball. And hopefully Richie Havelkova and Slukova will continue their rich vein of form and take a golden ball.
I still don't know what they can expect from a KME.
Yeah, that would be ideal. We've seen it happen, of course, but it almost seems to be the rarity that when a team puts up such a huge number, like we just saw Maki and Havelkova do, putting up 20, it's tough to continue.
It really is, and we're ready now courtside to hear from Lithuania with Julius Brink. JB, are you ready for us down there?
I am 4 points on your side, 20 on the Czech side. Is that a factor that you had so limitation of time to score points yourself, or would you say there are certain things we could have done better today?
We just think that all the teams are very good. They're stronger than us for today, you know. And we are a new team, so we will try our next chances in playoffs today.
What will you do better in the playoffs today?
I think that we need to listen each other more. That's all.
So you probably have some training sessions right here at the warm-up court.
Yeah, we got that.
Good luck for that. Good luck in the playoffs. Thank you.
Bye.
Everything, all my feelings. Have you been before?
Well, Richie, the Lithuanians just think they need to listen to each other more. I think that could be said for me and you as well.
Okay. So we're gonna carry on. Nice to have you here. One of the referees.
Close your mouth and open your ears.
Yeah.
I feel like I've probably heard that before.
Yeah, I feel like I have as well. They need to come out firing because they've got one last chance. Fantastic beach volleyball team. They have every chance, but it's going to be very tough for the Grudenskaites, that's for sure. But don't put it past them. the crowd are in. Make sure you join the conversation as well at King of the Court Beach. We would love to hear from you. The Gunskiders came through the qualification in on the opening day, but unfortunately there's a cross next to their name as they prepare to play some futures at volleyball and also prepare for the rest of a busy summer. Well, now it's 15 minutes just for that last golden ball. Havelkova, Slukova are starting as they finished, Rich, which is in a rich vein of form.
Oh, we have to just...
Yeah, that was a nice little shot there from Havelkova. Going wide, just slapping it down the line.
Great dig from Ludwig. It just came on to Lippmann a little bit too quickly. She almost had it.
Internet connection is the story, and we're just trying to fix it.
Oh, we've lost the Wi-Fi again, Rich.
I'm working on it. Just some issues.
Where have you gone, Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So we see the countdown.
Well,
this is right now. Just double check.
Just means we're waiting for the scoreboard, because that's what we really need the Wi-Fi for.
14 minutes and 30 seconds. Agreed. Here we go.
It is Gone with the Wind. Very nice. Oh, big height, shoe. I like how much rhythm this pairing have got, Richie, at this moment.
They're certainly finding some excellent form in their offensive game.
Yeah, they certainly are, as the playoff round will be at 5:10 local time, so that's half an hour or so from here, so it's not going to be too difficult for the Gunskiders to get warm. They already are warm and ready. It's going to be Herman over Stochleva, I think, who added slight disadvantage because they wouldn't have played already today. The other teams certainly would have. Piersma and Van Driel having played in the quarterfinal just before this.
Wow, good one.
That's when it starts to get interesting, right? Is when one team has to just warm up for a very bang round with all on the line.
Everything on the line, and we talk about this daily now, don't we? But that ability to know that you're warm and you're in rhythm. The Gunskiders had a great run in that first round, 11 side-outs. So they have got the rhythm of having been down there already today. And yeah, it's not always easy to find that rhythm in Queen of the Court. Oh, Ludwig loves going to the line here. I don't know how she picks that angle from there, Richie. It's almost impossible.
She has a super high-level protractor.
She very does. She is a protractor. Well, Lippmann. Now Ludwig goes for that 2-ball again, but Slukova sees it. That's too tight in that transition set. So in turn, Lippmann wins the battle of the two former indoor players. And well, Lippmann then kicked out pretty quickly. Sets tight. Yeah, let's go. Fast slap from Helena Havelkova.
5-2-2. Czech Republic in the lead.
Well, there's
see the likes of Maki's serve out here again. She's been one of the best servers on the women's tour for a long time.
Yeah, obviously had such a phenomenal career. Blocked it in the Olympics, played defense at the Olympics. Unfortunately, that partnership with Hermanova finished after Tokyo, which due to COVID reasons just was yeah, such a disappointing one for them as well as many, Richie. So it's good to have them back competing, or both competing towards another Olympic Games for the Czech Republic.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. Not to get political about it, but in light of kind of what we think and know today, it's really disgusting what happened to people in the Olympics with the surrounding the COVID stuff. and Boran Maki are right up at the top of that list, not even having the chance to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, Perisic final were in exactly the same boat, weren't they? They managed to get out, I think, for their second 2 pool games, having to forfeit their first one, 21-0, 21-0, which in pool play, you don't want to be giving the zeros away, do you?
No, not when you put yourself under a tremendous amount of pressure in an already pressure-packed situation, and 0-0 is not going to help anybody's point ratio.
It was tough Olympics all round. Lara Levick, pad over top, took a 5th at that Olympic Games with Maggie Kojuk. They started to hit a bit of a run, Germany, but met Brazil, I think, in that quarterfinal, if I remember rightly. Good touch. Chance to get up again. Slukova's absolutely crushing it. And Poland have done fantastic. Remember, they were close to going into the playoffs in the last round, but they will now be sitting happily in the semi-finals, and maybe they might have a golden ball if they carry on like this.
Certainly could do.
Yeah, I tend to agree with a lot of what you just said, Richie, as I'd say a lot of the community do as well. Get up. Ludwig chops into the angle. Very, very tight set, so in turn...
Close match between
Habulkova, Slukova.
Serving right now.
Now at the Queen's End, but pushing. Oh, good touch. Dushinska just chucks the left arm out. She gets the arm out early enough to block the ball off. Oh, turn. That's a great decision, Lippmann, just looking for the sideline there with the overpass. Ludwig Lippmann on 3, so they're chasing.
Ball was in.
But at the same time, I think, Rich, the golden ball is so important, but the fact that they don't have to play off is the biggest relief for them. All 3 teams, I'd say, to qualify straight to the semis.
Oh yeah, certainly that's a much bigger prize than the one do-over. But if you can manage to get into the semifinals with both, all the better.
Absolutely, and also it's a fantastic chance to get as many reps as possible at King's End, and that is the... it takes a lot to feel comfortable down the King's End. We heard from Dirk Bole, and he just said, we're getting used to the pressure of King of the Court because we're playing it so much. So it's something you have to get used to, dealing with it. From the middle, Ludwig changing direction away from the body incredibly nicely again. It's
and that's all down to the footwork, I think.
yeah, the footwork to get the feet inside the ball to then turn it is a wonderful thing, Rich, isn't it?
As that set got tight, she just recognized it, got underneath it, able to go straight up and down, which gave her that option to whack it back to the line.
Or the step close, as you guys are calling it more and more often out there, Rich.
Indeed, yeah.
Ludwig again, trying to get her feet inside the ball for that so-called last couple of steps in the approach, then turn it back
8 points, still
to the line.
in the lead. They have the green dots.
Poland still leading then. Lippmann forced on. Oh, big swing off the hands. And Lippmann has won the giant battle at the net.
They are in the lead.
And Ludwig a little bit underneath the ball, has to have a little look. Really good break from Vacevic. And Lippmann in a world of her own right now, making plays. 6 minutes left on the clock. Ludwig Lippmann have the lead, 5 away. They could do it now if they carry on like this. but not if Havelkova has her say. No, that's another one out. All right, 4 more then for Lippmann and Ludwig. Oh, there was a small alleyway and it was just missed.
This one goes out as well. 12 points, Germany. Nothing happens with the service.
Crazy, isn't it, Lou? Like we suspected that this might happen. Havelkova, Slukova so very good in the second 15 minutes and then just struggled a little bit to find their rhythm again and regain their rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. And Germany are just building rhythm all the time. That is a great feat from Ludwig again. Just finding that ball. I mean, it's difficult hitting the second ball on the right side anyway, but when the ball's that high drifting away from you, you have to have such great ball flight judgment, don't you, to then get your feet inside the ball and put it away. It's outstanding. Probably something we don't talk about enough about Lara Ludwig's game. Good hands. 5-minute break, 13 for Ludwig Lippmann. They have been kicked out of the Queen's End, and well, Julius is here with me in the commentary box. It's looking pretty good for Germany, isn't it, Julius?
Yeah, the girls are doing good, but it's, as it often is, it's not who's finishing by 15 or by 15 minutes, 15 points or 15 minutes. It's more the question if it's going to be Poland or Czech Republic who's going to eliminate it or get sent to the playoffs. And that's what is Queen or King of the Court is about, for me, often, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all 3 teams through this round. So they're all through. The playoff one was the 4th place one.
Oh, yeah, thanks for chatting, Louis.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we sometimes have a change in the rules, so I was not aware of that.
And as I said millions of times, I'm getting most things wrong on a regular basis, as so many wrinkles as well. But with 3 teams going through, I mean, you've got to say a quick word from you on that progression from Lippmann. She's dominant on the net at the moment. She's taking the ball from a very high point.
She is, and she's still in that transforming period, and she's doing good. She's super confident. As I mentioned some minutes ago in the last bracket, it's a question of time for her to the Olympics, but I see that in a bigger picture. I see that transforming process not just until Paris. I see it a bit wider for her as an individual athlete. Maybe together with Laura, maybe not, maybe successful at the Olympics. We all need to follow her a bit more, but what she does right now and how she's willing to be better every day is incredible.
Yeah, she's outstanding at 28 years old. She certainly does have a couple of Olympics left in her. I think that's the one thing that beach really offers Germany more than the indoor program is those Olympic places, as we saw from Maggie Kojuk going to Tokyo. Good high arm on the turn, then good hands from Lippmann. She's getting better and better, Louisa Lippmann out here. They're on 14, so won't take the golden ball just yet, but I think it's coming, Rich.
Good performance.
I think so too, and I think Laura is beside herself that she missed that shot to win it.
Team Poland.
Well, 5-10 is when the playoff round takes place. Then we'll have a very quick round. It's 1:15 minutes round, which, jump set to the wing. And Ludwig with Tomahawk Ludwig. Get in there. Lara Ludwig.
Just so balanced on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Finds stability everywhere. And this for the win then. Oh, good night. Havelkova shuts her down. Well, well, well. Semi-finals start in the women's tomorrow at 11 a.m. And there'll be a break after the women's playoff round at 5:10, where we have before the men's quarterfinals come out, we have two men's quarterfinals before the playoff. There we go, they have another chance. And maybe Axel's getting a little bit excited down there because he's German and he's supporting Germany, Richie.
There does feel like there's a little bit of rooting interest, right? But as is so often the case, point number 15 seems to be the hardest to get.
Yeah, it's clock's ticking. 2 minutes on the clock. So let's see how fares. It needs something special for one of the other two teams to make it, but oh, there's a chance for Poland now then.
Time is running, girls.
141. 8 for Poland. Feet chipping away back to the sideline. That's a nice swing. And all three teams will be delighted with their performances. All through to that semi-finals, or to the semi-finals tomorrow. Semi-final A, 11 o'clock, and then semi-final B, 2:15, and then the semi. Match points, let's call them match points here. Good hands in the block.
And then it's done.
As Ruskinska Vacevic. Great round from them, and also Havelkova Slukova. But it's Laura Ludwig and Louisa Lippmann that take the golden ball for the second time this week. They are finding their way as a pair, and the level is just getting higher and higher. Julius Brink has run down court side. It's going to be your favorite thing in life again, Richie.
Einmal atmen. Ich gebe dir die Chance. Du hast ja nicht so viel getan. Wie geht's dir?
Verdammt gut. Also, wir hatten Up and Downs und dann ist es schön, dass wir so eine Serie hatten und es macht mich stolz.
Well, Ludwig Lippmann, 14 points, longest stay of 10. Ruskinska Vacevic, 11 and 5, 9 and 5, Havelkova Slukova. Ludwig and Lippmann take their second golden ball of this competition. It's been a very, very good competition for them, coming off the back of Yamala, where they seemed quite happy. They took it, or knocked out in for 17th place, but said themselves that they're getting better and better, which is what they'll be after. Improvements towards the Olympic Games. Lippmann is everywhere on the net. And we know all about Lara Ludwig, don't we, and what she can bring to the beach volleyball court.
Dann ich bräuchte mal 4 Leute von euch. 4 Leute. Also, sagen wir mal 2. Ich will den anderen noch eine Chance geben. Einer macht sich schon auf den Weg. Vielleicht noch ein zweiter. Kommst du auch noch mal runter? Sind schon 2. Ich guck mal, ob ich noch 2 andere finde.
Well, Ludwig and Lippmann finish addressing the crowd here, and that's good news because that means that we get to have a little chat with them, and it's always great to talk to Lara Ludwig and Louisa Lippmann. Two very friendly faces, and it's a bit of a legends chat. As Richie, it's going to be one of your favorite things here, is Germans speak to Germans in English.
Dann habt ihr ein paar Bälle hier liegen.
Oh. Komm mal hier näher ans Mikro ruhig. Ja.
So, Luisa, tell me about these 45 minutes of high professional sport. At the end, there has been 1 point missing, or are you just happy about doing great here in Luxembourg?
Yeah, it's 50-50 because we missed this one ball and we had the chance to close it
100 times?
Yeah, not 100 times, but
Feeling-wise.
yeah. So yeah, but I think we made a good job in the last quarter. The first 2 quarters were with a lot of ups and downs, but yeah, we made it to the semi. So yeah.
Could it be a factor of endurance, finishing that after 7 or 8 minutes? I mean, you could probably do it by 10, to be honest. Would that be a factor for tomorrow?
I don't understand the question.
If you would have saved
we want to
energy.
practice 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We take all our 15 minutes to get all our expertise and experience in those 15 minutes and don't finish it.
There has been a couple of situations where you used that golden ball today. Is that a factor, or is it just a gimmick that you play around with?
No, actually it was really important today because like also the first round was the 15 minutes. It was not our best round, and then the second one also we needed to get really into the 15 minutes and a little bit quicker, like actually as you said, so that we are a little bit more more brave in everything. So that's why it was really important to have the golden ball and to save some insecureness in the beginning.
Great. So we're going to talk German once the camera is off. Thank you very much. Enjoyed the semi-final. Thank you.
Was? Ich verstehe.
Richie, interesting to hear about Lara Ludwig and saving a little bit of vulnerability with that golden ball. Crazy to hear that from the best.
Yeah, I like that she said we're just using the entire 15 minutes to get our reps in.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed that too. They go through as one of the top 3 Gunschkeiders go into the playoffs, which is where we're going next at 5:10. So 13 minutes away, 1 15-minute round to go through to the semi-finals. That's all we've got time for the time being. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Also, thank you from myself, Rich, and Julius will be back soon.